Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Fas'alu ahla zikri in kuntum la ta'lamun. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. I welcome all of you once again with Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, mercy and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of you. And we continue with the session of techniques of dawah related to public speaking. The point number 2A we discussed last on trouser. I call it 2A because it wasn't mentioned here. Now go to point number 3. Wear formal clothes. Avoid t-shirts, jeans and other casual wear. Normally when you're giving Islamic lecture, especially in a public talk, unless you're giving a talk in a camp, which is a youth camp, and the atmosphere is casual. And then if you wear a casual clothes, no problem. But imagine if you have gone for formal lecture and you're wearing t-shirt, which is half sleeves, and then Bermudas and stone-washed jeans. It doesn't give a very good appearance. So when you're giving Islamic talk, always be formal, unless it is specifically meant where you're going or giving a talk in a youth camp or where they've gone for picnic. In this situation, if you wear formal, no problem. But if you wear casual in this particular situation, it can be an exception. Generally, it's preferable under normal circumstances, you should wear formal clothes. The formal clothes differ from country to country. Normally, but naturally, in the Western country, it's a suit and a trouser. Or it can be a trouser and a shirt, but a formal shirt, not a t-shirt with something mentioned. Normally, I find that sometimes something is mentioned which is not even Islamically correct on the t-shirt, and it goes against the purpose of your talk. It's normally a suit. When you're wearing a suit and wearing a tie, see to it that the knot is correct. See to it that the knot is on the top, not half down. Normally when you go to office and you feel a bit hot, you take out a tie. And I find many people come and give a talk where the knot is down and they're giving a talk. That looks, it's not un-Islamic, it's not haram, but it gives a very casual appearance and it seems that the person doesn't know how to wear a tie. Now there are certain rules and regulations and certain ethics of wearing suit, which some may be aware, some may not be aware. Many a time when I go, people ask me that a lower button is open, please close it. They don't realize that normally it is the style that when you wear a suit, and if it's a 3-button suit, when you're standing, you normally leave the lower button open. It's unsaid rule. If you close it, no one can stop you. But those who know what is wearing a suit, if you button the 3rd button, they'll know this person doesn't know what's the rules and regulation of wearing a suit. Either you keep all the 3 buttons open, or you can keep the top button and the 2nd button on, the way I'm doing. Or you can even keep only the middle button on. This also is there, but I personally prefer buttoned up. If you like, it's not a problem. But this is a little bit casual, but not very casual. Normally you do like that when you're doing some work and you want to feel more comfortable. But I personally prefer that it should be buttoned up and see to it that only the first and the middle button is closed. If it is a 2-button suit, then only the 2nd button should be open. But when you stand, the ruling is that the lower button should be open. It may differ with a person who's a stylist, but this is the general rule, that the lower button should be open. And many times I find that people are wearing suit for the first time and you find that the shoulders are broad and the sleeves are covering half the palm. Some people, they buy a suit and if it's mentioned the Chiruti, so they keep the Chiruti brand. They're supposed to cut it and they think that it should be there. It is there when it's hanging, it's kept in the showroom. The moment you get it, you have to cut it. It's like if you wear a watch normally, if you buy expensive watches, the dial has a covering to protect it. Once you start wearing, you have to remove it. There's a small point which I have noticed it's very common. And then we realize that this person is wearing the suit for the first time, or is not used to wearing, or is not in that particular league of people who are used to wearing suit. And the way you tie the knot, all these are minor points, we won't go into the detail. But one thing should be noted that if you're wearing a shirt, the shirt should not have very small checks. Does anyone know the reason why the shirt should not have very small checks? Okay, Farid. I have not discussed this any time before in many of my training programs.
Because if there's shooting, so it may give a jittery feeling on the camera.
And I tell them, don't wear a tie which is with checks, small checks. The reason is there is something called as moire. Moire is a phenomena where there is jittering when you take a photograph or you do any artwork. So electronically, there's a jitter. So this is only when you're giving a talk and it's being video recorded. If it is a talk which is not being video recorded, there's no problem. There's nothing specific that Zakir Naik doesn't like checks. I don't mind checks. So if you're wearing small checks or very close lines, even if you wear a tie which has got very close lines or stripes, either it's vertical or horizontal, whichever it is, there are high chances of moire coming. And that is the case also with LED. We'll discuss that on the day when you have dawah through satellite. Now this is a finer point not mentioned there, but I'm trying to give some more information in the experience that is there. This, I doubt any time you will hear in any dawah training program that you should not wear checks which are very fine checks, because this is a technical issue. Nothing to do with Islam, nothing to do with presentation skills. And I have not heard in any presentation skills anyone telling you not to, even in Toastmasters. And I'm sorry to say I disagree with many things of the Toastmasters also. So this is only if your talk is being video recorded. You may see a jitter and you may see waves. Because the shooting is in lines, because of these checks and the lines, there can be a jitter. Point number 4, wear formal shoes, avoid track shoes, slippers, etc. If footwear are not allowed, wear only clean, untoned socks. When you wear shoes, it should be formal shoes. You know, you may get a latest Nike shoes, very expensive, but imagine it's an ankler and unless you're going to a youth camp where they have gone for a camp or for a picnic, it's okay. Otherwise, it doesn't give that preferably formal. Some people go out of the way to give that casual look. Normally, I don't prefer that. So wear formal shoes. Imagine if you're wearing completely blue color shoes with that Nike emblem and those things shining. It's not haram. Many people do it. But there's a formal dress code. And when I ask that when you go to a particular invitation or gathering in a 5-star hotel, you won't find a person coming in Bermuda. They won't allow you also. There are high-end gatherings where they say black tie. Black tie means what? Who knows black tie? Black tie. Okay, Arshi, what's the black tie?
It's the tuxedo, or you can say the bow tie that they talk about.
It's not this black tie. Some of our Muslims will go with black tie. Black tie actually is a black bow. It's a black suit. The dress code is mentioned there, many a time mentioned. Dress code, formal. Dress code, black tie. Black tie means black suit and black bow. Fine. When I was asked, I was going to talk in one of these, the 100 most powerful Muslims in UK, and the dress code was black tie. And that if you want me, I'll come in my normal, otherwise I won't give a talk. They agreed, alhamdulillah. Sometimes I like being myself. Not that wearing a black bow is wrong, but I have an identity. So I wore my own thing, my own dress, and I went and I gave a talk. I was supposed to be one of the main speakers there. So it's a formal. So similarly, I believe that when you're giving lectures in audiences, in public, unless to youngsters in a particular occasion, better be formally dressed it gives a better impression. If you're talking something which is very hilarious or joking, that time you wear these clothes, there's no problem. Islam is something which is serious, but you can joke in between. That is Islamic jokes, will come to it later on.
La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammadun Rasulullah, Muhammadun Rasulullah. أرجو رضاك يا الله، أنت الرحيم يا الله، هبني عطاك يا الله، أنت الكريم منك العطاء يا الله، أنت العظيم يا الله، فيك الرجاء يا الله، أنت الحليم الرحمن الستار ملك الملك الغفار الوهاب المنان المتعال. الرحمن الستار ملك الملك الغفار الوهاب المنان المتعال. الله الله يا ربي يا الله،